Yes, good morning, Ronnie. It's a very special day for Stocksbridge Leisure Centre. It's their historic official first reopening day today. You can imagine there are lots of excited people here because it's been months in the planning and preparation. Volunteers have fettled and cleaned every inch of this leisure centre to bring it up to spec for this public open day today. And earlier on I was at the Hallamshire Tennis and Squash Club for the British Junior Open Squash Championships, which are taking place over 5 days. 424 competitors from 36 countries, and it's the 19th time it's happened in Sheffield. Well, the British, or the world squash champion, he raised his eyebrows then, and nearly demoted him. It's the world squash champion. Nick Matthew is here, ladies and gentlemen. What a welcome. Your dad started his squash career here, didn't he?
Did. I was going to say it holds a special place for me. In fact, I owe my whole squash career to Stocksbridge, because that's where my parents, my mum and dad, mustn't forget my mother, who was a better technician than my father, that's for sure, and they both started their squash playing. They were introduced to squash through a friend at Stocksbridge, so that's how I first got into the game.
And what a magnificent effort this community have achieved to reopen the centre after that threat of closure.
Fantastic. I mean, the effort that everyone goes in on the ground level often gets ignored in a lot of sports, so it's great to reward those people for their efforts.
And just tell us what you're going to be doing today.
Today we're starting a Commonwealth Challenge, which is, I was first inspired to take up squash at professional level by seeing the British Open, so this is part of a 3-month programme to get kids inspired in squash, and at the end of it they'll get to go on the glass court in the British Open at Hull, which is the world's oldest squash tournament, and they'll play with myself and a few of the professional players on that glass court there. And today's teaching them get inspired for the BBC programme that's taking place in all sports.
And we've got two of the youngsters here. We've got Xander Curtin and Dior Armstrong. How old are you?
9.
And how old are you?
10.
And how long have you been playing both?
7 months.
7 months. And do you like it? What do you like about squash?
You hit it against the wall and occasionally you hit the person.
Are you any good at it?
Yeah.
And are you going to be taking part in the coaching sessions today?
Yeah.
What's it like meeting a real world champion?
Exciting.
Exciting, yeah. And these are the kind of youngsters you want to inspire, aren't they?
For me, yeah, absolutely. When I finish my career, I want to get a full-time academy in my name, but going not just around Sheffield, but all around the country and eventually around the world. So fantastic that it started in the place where I first got inspired to play squash myself.
I mentioned the start of the British Junior Squash Championships. How big a part do you think you've played in encouraging local youngsters to take up the sport?
Not as much as I would like as of yet. So busy travelling, but that's definitely the intention going forward.
And will the Junior Open, as we've said, 19 times in Sheffield, always take place in Sheffield? It seems to be a fixture now here, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. It first took place when I was 15. I played in the under 16 events. I think I lost in the quarter-final or something, so I've come a long way since, but it's the biggest junior tournament in the world now. You said 36 countries, winners from Peru, Malaysia, Egypt, so fantastic if these guys can come and see. It's the next generation of squash talent and something to aspire to.
Now tell me about you. Are you planning to stay in Sheffield, or are there better training facilities luring you off elsewhere?
No, I've always had the opportunity to go elsewhere. Never needed to, because Sheffield's always had everything. Hallamshire, the EIS, everything's been there for me, and never had to live out of a suitcase when I'm at home. That's for sure.
Fantastic. Well, let's talk to Kay Ball from the Stocksbridge Leisure Centre, one of the directors of the 4 SLC Trust. It's been a hard slog, but worth it, hasn't it, Kay?
Oh, it's definitely been worth it. When you look at everybody that's in the centre today, I got here at 7 o'clock this morning. First gym member of 2014 walked in at 7 o'clock. Absolutely amazing.
And of course the future's rosy, isn't it? Because can the centre wash its own face? Can it be sustainable? Can it make money? Can you make it work when the Sheffield Council couldn't?
Of course we can. We can do anything. I think if we can reopen it, like we have done today, and go as far as what we have, then we can achieve anything.
And what are your priorities for the coming year?
Well, we've already, opening day, we've got world champion here. Who can beat that?
And we will see that wonderful swimming pool reopen, because you've got it's one of the only pools hereabouts with a 3-metre deep end, isn't it?
It is. Let's just hope we can. We're working hard at it. It is something that the community need. It is something that we're all working towards. Obviously, that is our next goal. And of course, you want people to come and use this centre. Just remind us what wonderful facilities you've got here. Obviously, we've got the squash courts, newly refurbished, thanks to Squash and Racquetball Association. We've got the sports hall for the five-a-side. We've got gymnastics. We've got a fantastic gymnastics club, Phoenix. We've got a trampolining club. We've got a bowling green.
And you've got acres of volunteers, haven't you?
We've got absolutely loads of volunteers.
Well, Stocksbridge Leisure Centre, there are some more people here. Hello, Julie, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Tell us what you're doing here today.
I'm just volunteering, helping out as usual, and just doing what I can to support the centre.
Well, wonderful. Give yourselves a big cheer. Stocksbridge Leisure Centre, really.